Yes, guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the World King, Part 23. Now, I just looked at the date of Part 22, and I didn't realise that we'd cleared the best part of another season since the last update. So there's actually a little bit more to go through than what I anticipated. It just feels like it weren't long ago that I did an update, but in fairness, myself and Matt, we've really hammered some sessions out. Now, the sessions that we're doing, they're not the longest sessions in the world, but they're mounting up. They really are mounting up. So, what do we say we're at now then? I think we said we're at season 28, I think we're on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, season 28. 51, 12, yeah, season 28, yeah, so it's literally, yeah, I'm just looking at the date. The date was the 12th of November, 50, and it's actually the 19th of November, 51, so, this is where we're at. Matt did what he needed to do with Marseille, he won the title, and, you know, that's all that, you know, that's what he needed to do, but there's still a big question, really. I think this is a massive question, is that will he remain at Marseille? Is he there for the long haul? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think because it's France, really. There's just something about it that I don't think he's going to be honest with you. But who knows? Who knows? Let's have a look at his 7 signings then for this season. Foulan. It's very difficult to get solid defenders that are consistent. Absolutely brilliant. Cyril Renard. He'll be very, very disappointed with Renard. I feel that, mind you saying that, he hasn't actually started a game. So, thinking about it now, 22 games as a sub. Thinking about it now, it's not actually too bad. 12 goals as a sub. But, yeah, he's got some good attributes in the right places, but it's the rest of them. I mean, dribbling is a bit questionable for a strike. I don't know, it's an interesting one. Savic from Laurent. Now, he beat me to Savic, funnily enough, and he's not been great, has he? Despite those decisions, dribbling and positioning, the tackling's a bit worrying, and he's not done well at all. Rios is an interesting one, because we both looked at Rios, and Rios looks an absolute fucking beast, but his injury prone was a really big cause for concern, but he did have a great season last campaign. Now, that's interesting. So he's gone off injured twice already this season. Okay, it is what it is. Mantovani, he's solid, isn't he? Absolutely solid. I think I did look at him. Pretty sure I looked at him. 70 million. Really spent a few quid there. Carlos Perez, the Mexican goalkeeper. I remember him buying him. Absolutely looks an absolute beast. Absolute monster. And Carlos Russo. Now, I looked at him as well. And he's done brilliant for Matt. I think I was a little bit worried about his injury prone. But nevertheless, you know, at the end of the day, Matt is on 15 out of 15. I don't think he's had any domestic cup yet. I'm pretty sure he hasn't. We will double check that. We'll come to the Champions League in a moment. His charity shield, so to speak, he beat Paris Saint-Germain 4-2, so he won that. And so far in the Champions League, in the first phase, he breezed through to the second phase. Wasn't the easiest group in the world. I think Inter are what they are. Betis are a strong team. Celtic are quite strong. But he's made that look very, very straightforward. And phase 2, Porto, Real Madrid, Tottenham. Difficult looking group indeed as we're about to launch that. Over to myself. Last season. Let's talk about last season before we talk about the shit show of this season. We lost the title on the last game of the season. It was brutal. It was brutal. We surrendered the title to Bayern Munich, which we said, didn't we? You know, we can't take them, underestimate them, because they'd spent an absolute fortune. They had appointed, remind yourself now, they appointed Sven Botman as manager ahead of Matt. And Botman, right, let's just go back. You may recall, he brought in these 2 players at the bottom here, which the top 5 players were already there. So they spent 475 million, and then this season they spent an additional 366. Yeah, I'm spending money, but you just don't expect it from AI. You really don't. So, you know, they took the title from us. But we did conquer Europe. We conquered Europe last season, and we won the German Cup. We beat Hanover in the cup final, despite a little bit of poor discipline. But we beat Spurs in the Champions League. Yes, we did not deserve it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We didn't deserve it. But I don't give a fuck. We won the Champions League. And of course, being in the Champions League this season means that we're going to be involved in the World Club Cup. So far this season, a very, very tough run, it's fair to say. 6 points off the pace. We've actually moved to 4 at the back. We moved to 4 at the back. We actually went to that formation for the last game. We've moved to 4 at the back because we brought in Franklin. I love the look of him. And we brought in this right back. Now, I looked at this guy before. He is more of a natural right back than he is centre back. But his assists is fucking insane for me. And they were insane when we bought him from Greece. 21 assists. So I'm really fancying a 4 at the back at the moment. But it's just taken a bit of time for me to get used to. So those 2 players were 2 of my 7 signings. And we spent an absolute fortune. You're looking at that now and you're thinking, what the fuck? Yes, we paid £100 million for Ryan Mason. I don't know who he's a regen of. Remember, this is a April 24 update. Who the fuck is an Irish AMC in football today? Because I haven't got a clue. But we brought Ryan Mason and he looks an absolute fucking beast. Mohamed Cisse we brought in. Been very, very consistent. Welder was a DMC. He was initially my start in DMC, but then he lost his place because he's had 6 games and not 1 assist. Not good enough. We brought John O'Donnell. Now, because I was going to back 4, John O'Donnell, you can see why I've got him, because he's there for my fullbacks. And he hasn't had a game yet. And our first signing was this midfield centre, who I think is absolutely fucking brilliant. You know, I looked at really last season, the season before at Newcastle, very consistent, and so far, so good. So we spent a lot of money as well. £408 million we spent. So we've had a tough run, and I know Matt made a comment, cheeky bastard. Matt says, maybe it isn't roots at Dortmund. Roughly translated, are you going to quit? That's what, I mean, the terminology roots, right, for me, is being here beyond the season, even though you win the title, which I've already ticked that. Now, I'm not trying to talk my way into leaving. What I'm saying is, right, this is our 4th year with Dortmund. And in my head, I'm looking at next year as well, a 5th year. I did say from the start, we're looking at a 2 to 5 year contract. We've already started making plans for players to leave. And I'll show you what I mean by that. There you see. Players are leaving. You know, I am always looking ahead. I need to reclaim that title back. That's what I need to do, first and foremost. I do feel that, I mean, Omar Ali, the Salah regen, the prick, got that red card in the cup final for punching someone. I think he punched someone. Let's just check that. I'm pretty certain it was a punch. Let's just double check. No, headbutt. Sorry, headbutt. And he got a 9-game ban for that. Now, with that being the last game of the season, he was banned for the first 9 domestic games of the season. And then, of course, you know, it just shows, really, it doesn't matter what sort of regens you have. I mean, yeah, Messi regen, he's not doing it. He's not doing it at all. You know, the bottom line is not good enough. The Haaland regen, well, he is doing it. He's scoring goals like they're going out of fucking fashion. Yamel regen, he's starting to really look good now. And yes, that is Yamel regen. And Salah regen. Suarez regen, well, he's never really getting in, is he? He can't get in ahead of Haaland. There's no doubt about that. It's never going to happen. The Modric, now, I had an offer, and I showed Matt a screenshot of this. £224 million where the Bremen bid for him. And I kept rejecting it, and then they fucked off. And then they came back again recently with like a 20 million. And I thought for myself, oh, for fuck's sake, stop bidding for him. Negotiated 150 million, and the pricks came back with 150 million, which I rejected anyway. He's not going anywhere. I don't care how unhappy he is. He'll sort himself out. Moshood is great. The De Bruyne regen is just not doing it this season. You know, there's a lot of players that are not doing it. He is still only 20. There's a long way to go. There is still a long, long way to go. You know, and fingers crossed, yeah, we can turn it around. You know, if I can break that gap down before the halfway stage, we've got the international, we've got the mid-season break, I think, at about 18 games. If I can break that down to 3 points, we've lost some real crucial games. That was a real tough one, a tough pill to swallow, that was. I just knew I was going to struggle. We lost at Bayern Munich there. Another tough pill to swallow. You know, we've lost some real... I mean, that was like a new all-time low. It really was. So, I just feel really... saving a session and resuming another time always helps when you're having a tough session like that. So, for Matt, I don't know where Matt sits. I really don't. It will be interesting. It will be interesting. Werder Bremen are currently available. I'm sure Matt's seen that. They've got a few quid to their name. There you go, 570 odd million pounds in the bank. Let's have a look at the value. Yeah, got some solid players. I don't know. I doubt I don't know. It might have applied. Who knows? So that's it from me, guys, and that is it from the World King. Until next time, it's take it easy.